Hello, so wee video for Ashtanga Yoga Carlisle. Hello. So I know that you're trying to work towards doing your handstand press. I had mine earlier last year and then I lost it again. It happens quite often, just because sometimes I just want to do my practice and I don't do all of the extra stuff. The extra stuff does help, and so that's what I'm going to show you that I do and that I use in Surya Namaskar A, Surya Namaskar B, and jumping through when I'm doing my practice. So first thing that's really important is obviously you need to do a handstand. So you need to get comfortable doing a handstand against the wall. In order to do that, you want to make sure that you're gripping with your fingers. So make sure when you're going up into handstand, you're gripping with your fingers as tightly as you can and pressing them down. You're going to see the tips of the fingers go white, right? Because you're gripping so strong and so hard. And this is going to stop you toppling over. Okay, so it's going to stop you going that way. Now, the press sometimes we have to press a little bit more into the base of the palm, and that is going to stop us falling back the way. So when we do the handstand, using the wall to begin with, what I like to do is I would do from downward facing dog, have my hands about 10 centimeters, between 5 to 10 centimeters away from the wall, and try to work on getting the back, my back spine to the wall. I'll show you very, very quickly what I mean here, but I'm not going to use the wall. I'm just going to show you, and I just want you to watch my pelvis. So from down dog, gripping, I want to try and get this portion of my back to touch the wall, right? So forward, backwards, up, okay? And then finding the wall with the pelvis. So forward, backwards, up. Okay, maybe you find a little bite point there. Just notice what's happening with the hands when you're up, right? So notice you're going to feel all those very slight, very subtle movements in the hands as you begin to learn to balance the weight and to stop you falling over and to stop you kind of falling back the way. Okay, now when you lower yourself down, in fact I'll just take you through a traditional sun salutation A. This is what I do. It might not work for everyone, but this is how I kind of I'm rebuilding my strength back up and able to pick myself off the floor. So from here, taking the hands a bit further forward, gripping with the fingers as strong as you can, and activating and pronating through the shoulders. As you inhale, you don't do that, do you? We kind of roll the collarbones broad and open and lengthen through the sides of the waist. But as you start to jump back, what I do is I pull the weight slightly back towards the heels, and then I use that momentum to press up towards a handstand, right? So just watching the shoulders here, engaging through the belly, gripping with the floor. I've inhale, lengthened. Exhale, I rock back, forward. You're going to see I pronate there, right? So looking at my shoulders, I'm now bringing the shoulders forward, activating through the side of the body. Okay, so how it looks like in fast motion. Pull back and up. All right, back and up. Maybe catching some air and then back. So once from Chatwari, after you've taken your inhale, your Urdhva Mukha, then from here, this is really important as well. So legs are active, pressing the floor away, broadening the collarbones. And then just when you're about to go back into down dog, okay, you're going to pull the pelvis back, suck the belly in, pronate through the shoulders to round you back into your downward facing dog. Okay? And that action is going to start to help you build the strength up in the shoulders, all right? But also teach you how to kind of activate and pull the pelvis back by being strong through the core of the body. all right? Okay, so after down dog and 5 breaths, I would bring the feet together, inhale forward, pronate, press the floor away, exhale back, inhale, jump, and then try to slow down the descent. And even if the pelvis doesn't go up towards the shoulders or high enough, it's learning to press the floor away and engage through the core of the body and pick up that lower portion of the belly. The legs have to be active. If the legs are passive, it's not going to work. So again, even if you don't get the pelvis up, forward, pronate, press, pull back, knees to chest, to land, and slow it down. Forward, back, and slow it down. Yeah? Noticing how I flex my feet, pull up my quadriceps, suck in through the center of the belly, pressing the floor away, okay, to really activate through the shoulders. Okay, so that's one way, okay, in Surya Namaskar A. Now in Surya Namaskar B, when we do these transitions between Virabhadrasana 1, another thing I do is I keep one of the legs off the floor and I try to come forward as much as I can onto the tiptoe. So I'll give you an example. So from down dog, stepping forward and doing your warriors. Then from here, I'm pressing, the leg goes back as I lower and then inhale up. Okay? So again, just going to show you. So come down, pivot, belly in, press the floor away, the legs off the floor. I tip forward onto that back tiptoe to lower, to then press up. And this, again, gives great upper body strength. Okay, so that's ways you can integrate that into your practice. Another thing, when jumping through, is thinking about almost like you want to jump into Bakasana, right? So instead of launching yourself through with straight legs or even cross legs and being quick to land, think about trying to pull the knees close as you can to the chest, but this time crossing just at the shins, right? So I'm going to show you what I mean. So from down dog, I'm going to jump through, okay? So forward, back. As I jump, the knees are up here by my chest. Right, so just watching that, forward, back, jump, to slow it down and swing it through. All right, so everything's in as tightly as possible. Now once you start to get that, it's then, what I started to do was come up into almost like a handstand hop up and then trying to lower from that point. All right, so for each sun salutation and transition vinyasa, I would do the same thing. So again, these are just ways to incorporate it into your practice. You're not having to do additional stuff. All right, so grip. And again, we want to engage to the center of the belly. Forward, you're pronating, pressing the floor. Back, in, and then squeeze in, and slow it down. To land. Now, it takes a lot of effort. Yeah. So to begin with, you might only do this the first bit of your practice, is to incorporate those things into your sun salutations, right? So just incorporating those little things into your sun salutations and then starting to build them into the rest of your vinyasa practice. Yeah, this is what really helped me to learn how to press myself up. Now, the press up, yeah, you can do lots and lots and lots of different ways. You can use blocks underneath your feet if you can't get your hips high enough. But again, it's just that real activation, learning to pronate, pull in at the same time, suck the core into the suck the belly into the spine as close as you can, and then gripping with your fingers. So when your hands are coming down and you're tipping the weight forward, all right? So again, you've inhaled, lengthen, and I can't do this with the closer the hands are to the feet, the harder it is, right? So to begin with, you want the hands quite far forward, just so you can kind of find the space to begin, right? Eventually you can have the hands back, but again, okay, and I'm not an expert, this is just what I use, right? So again, inhale, lengthen, exhale, you pronate, okay, and maybe catch, active through the legs, noticing how the shoulders are forward of the wrist, and I'm gripping with my fingers, and you can see, yeah, my fingertips are going white because I'm really gripping so tightly, yeah, really trying to press the floor and make sure I don't fall or topple one way or the other, okay? So those are just a couple of ways that I have learned to kind of move and start to work towards doing a full press. Again, back into my practice. Okay, so here we go. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, press, and then just getting used to doing that for a few rounds, and then eventually just jumping back, all right? I hope that helps you and gives you a few little pointers. That's just how I do it. Let me know in the comments below, like, how do you get yourself up, and what kind of things and tools you using to press yourself up into handstand, and also, yeah, let me know how you get on. Hopefully you find yourself there pretty quickly. I'll see you soon.